So who exactly is going to die in Daredevil Born Again, when, and how? In this video, I'm going to explain all of that to you, including evidence that supports exactly what I'm saying. So let's get to the death of one of the main characters. So once again, we are here for a longer video, a longer breakdown, if you will, of everything going on with Daredevil Born Again and why I think I figured out who is dying in the series, when, and how they're going to structure it. So there's a lot to this. This is going to be a longer video, so, bear with me as I have to lay down the foundation of everything. So before we get to Daredevil Born Again, we got to take a massive step back all the way to Daredevil Season 1, and also to an extent She-Hulk. Okay, so all the way back when Daredevil was still contained to Netflix and not appearing on or as part of the core MCU due to the split between Marvel Studios and Marvel Entertainment, they were two separate entities, Disney was not allowed to use Daredevil in live action as he was embargoed to Netflix and ABC. That was just how it went when Marvel Entertainment took him from Marvel Studios. So the series built itself around being in the MCU, but of course, Marvel Studios never referenced them. This was made abundantly clear when they were set to reboot Daredevil. Now, going all the way back to Season 1, 2, and 3, the main themes throughout it are friendship, partnerships, and of course, the effects of Matt Murdock being a vigilante and how that has ramifications and real-world cause and effect to Matt that changes everything. And of course, one of the things that's majorly touched upon in the series, and a lot of superhero things touch upon this, is when somebody learns your identity, if they can't get to you, they will go after your family, your loved ones, your co-workers to pull you out. We saw this as a factor in, to a degree, all three seasons, but again, it's a major thing. And at the end of Daredevil Season 3, Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, knows Matt's identity. He knows his closest friends, his lovers. He knows everything about him. And the two are at odds, and obviously, if one tries to step over onto the other's path and try to prevent them from what they're doing, the other one can expose some major skeletons from his closet, right? So that's why they really haven't been, I guess, face-to-face in a long time. Now, also, a lot of people are going to bring up the She-Hulk appearance. How does this fit in canonically? Because there's a lot of problems if you just try to structure what insiders and scoopers have said. Now, outside of what they said, I need to take you guys back to the start of production of Daredevil Born Again, where the actress playing Wilson Fisk's wife, Vanessa, was recast. Daredevil Born Again was set to be a new version of Daredevil. This was not going to be in continuity. They were not going to do that. We know for a fact that they were rebooting Daredevil. They were going to take some elements that they considered canon, much like what James Gunn is doing with the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, and other elements would have never happened. Now, of course, this was met with hardcore backlash because you got a perfect Daredevil here. And also, fine, you don't want to make things canon because, oh no, Iron Fist and Jessica Jones this and this season of Luke Cage was weak. Okay, but you also gave us Secret Invasion, right? That's garbage. And there's been some MCU films that are garbage as well, you know? So why are you picking and choosing? And Marvel Studios heard this. So when they started shooting Daredevil Born Again, they were met with all this backlash. But then something happened that's almost a blessing in disguise for this series. And that's that during the first couple of weeks of production, we started to hear about shutdowns in Hollywood. The writers and actors going on strike for residuals and things like that. They succeeded, and the industry was shut down, put on hold. And then we found out that everything they shot for Daredevil Born Again was actually a reboot, and that they essentially looked at the first 4 episodes, and we didn't actually see Daredevil suit up all the way till the end of the 4th episode. He was retired. Now, this is key to why he quit being Daredevil and what's going on with Daredevil Born Again. So try to follow along here as I do my best to explain what happened during the rewrites. So they had 6 months of shutdowns, well, 5 to 6 months, and then everybody got back to it. In the meantime, we learned that Daredevil Born Again went through a substantial change. Like, we're talking huge. They completely scrapped all the 19 episode scripts that they had, because Daredevil Born Again was supposed to be 19 episodes. They officially made it 9 episodes for the first season. Now, again, this is key to this story. And they hired a showrunner, which Marvel Studios refused to do, which is a bad way to handle things. So once they got a showrunner, they went back to the drawing board and they said they're going to keep everything that they shot, the first 4 episodes, but they were shooting new elements so Daredevil suits up faster. So Daredevil is more prominent. And then, due to the backlash of them not bringing back Karen or Foggy, as we learned that both of them were going to be killed off screen, they brought both of the actors back. We then saw the set photos of both of them back. And we know that during that time, they were shooting sequences that include the return of Bullseye. And we can clearly see him in the trailer. Now, at the same time they were shooting this scene with Bullseye, this scene of them walking down the street was also being shot. Literally the same day. Thus, we can conclude that these scenes are related. Now, here's what I'm proposing. The scenes of them walking, the scenes of Bullseye attacking, has been stitched into what they shot so far. And the reason Matt Murdock in the trailer and the dialogue and Wilson Fisk, talking to him, asking about why he's no longer a vigilante, why he gave it up, what happened. That's the revelation. Here's how it goes down. I believe Daredevil Born Again is going to open up with a flashback to before Matt stopped being Daredevil. It's obviously after season 3, but sometime before we catch up to him in the modern setting. Now, my entire theory is based on those photos, but also this shot in the trailer. I want you to very carefully look at this shot. The ambulances below, of course, the cop cars, the helmet falling with one missing horn. What's important is that this exact shot can be linked to set photos. Notice how Matt's suit has bullet holes, or, well, they're not actual bullet holes, they put them on there because they're going to CG them on, but notice the missing horn as well. He gets into a major brawl with Bullseye during the sequence, and Bullseye is going to take the life of somebody close to him, which is what pushes Matt Murdock to snap, almost kill, or believes that he killed Bullseye, which is why he pulls back on being Daredevil. Now, who is dying? If you're a fan of Foggy, I'm sorry to tell you, Foggy is dead. Why? Because we have more scenes of Karen during a courtroom hearing, which I'm going to guess is based around a lot of stuff going on, but also her alone without Foggy there is just sort of weird, right? But also, we then got to take this back to She-Hulk, where Matt is clearly single, he gets with Jen, and also, he seems to be a different person. Thus, what I'm proposing, and I think is how they're handling it, we are going to get a time jump in the first episode of Daredevil Born Again. It's going to open up with the sequence of major action, so Daredevil suits right up. It's going to be the fight with Bullseye. Foggy is going to die. We're then going to see him and Karen have a falling out. Matt is going to go on his own, retire being Daredevil. And, well, the rest of the MCU then plays around in that playground. He, of course, shows up, helps Spider-Man. He's a real good lawyer because he's just a lawyer. He ends up getting a little bit back into it when he gets a new suit. More time has gone by. He's now back into it. And I think the series is going to play around with that. Hence why they cut down the episodes to a total of 9, because it's going to be more CG and Daredevil heavy, because now he's suiting up almost every other episode. So Foggy is dying. Daredevil, Matt Murdock, quit being Daredevil as the result of this because he goes too far and he realizes people around me are going to get hurt. And now he's forced to suit back up because Fisk is, again, ascending. He's now the mayor, and there's going to be more vigilanteism, and it's going to get in the way, and old demons and old things that are bottled up inside and aren't meant to return are going to surface. Like Frank Castle showing back up, and other vigilantes, and now the bigger Marvel universe being at their disposal. So there you go. I know some people will doubt this, but we'll return once the premiere episode drops, where I think I'm going to be right on the money with this. So let me know what you guys think, and, well, I'll be back. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.